Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. Now that Pokémon Unite has been out for a little bit, I wanted to throw my 2 cents in how I feel about the game currently. Pokémon Unite, what makes a great game? Day 1, over 200,000 viewers joined the Twitch streams to watch the gameplay live. The hype and anticipation was real. The world experienced for the first time a Pokémon MOBA. It goes without saying that Pokémon is a global franchise loved by numerous generations. While MOBAs arguably being the most popular esports formats upon inception, both worlds have dedicated and die-hard fans. Both the Pokemon main series game and MOBAs hold competitive esports elements. Merging the two seems like a formula for success. The honeymoon phase has passed and players are now sharing their opinions. Streamer/content creator Joshstrifehayes had this to say.
Nintendo made a pay-to-win MOBA, which I cannot even believe exists.
Once the content creator realized the benefits of investing real money in the game, he immediately recognized exploits and imbalances.
There is no escape, sorry. You so fast? Yeah! Yeah! Fine! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get, pussy! Yeah! Like, they need to think of the whales. Like, I imagine a lot of whales like me here are gonna get really tired of doing this and just stop.
He made a very lofty in-game purchase to test the possible imbalances in the game.
How much money did you put in total? This makes $100.
Joshstrifehayes remained objective, stating,
Wasn't feeling a crazy power boost.
so here's the tipping point. Joshstrifehayes points to the very important factor for everyone to consider. An imbalanced game, let alone a MOBA, results in a dead game. A game that casual, free-to-play players will get frustrated and give up on, and pay-to-win whales will quickly get bored of. While this video from Charlie was released towards the launch of the game, there are some players that are convinced that Pokemon Unite is still pay-to-win. There are other creators who tried to demonstrate a pathway for free-to-play players to reach masters. Content creator Spragels had this to say.
Scope Lens is the only real pay-to-win item in Pokemon Unite. The Pokemon that use a Scope Lens not only are increasing their crit damage in one way, using its crit damage increase, you are also getting an additional spike of damage on a 1-second cooldown with your basic attack crits. Past level 20, you really don't get that much benefit from having level 30 items. For instance, a Buddy Barrier, it gives you an extra 200 HP going from 20 to 30, and it costs a huge amount of item enhancers. So the benefit for how much you might spend there is very, very negligible. However, with Scope Lens, this is the one item where the amount of money you're putting in actually seems to give you the most real world benefit. Real world benefit? Is something inside Pokemon Unite a real world situation?
Microtransactions should never be a focal point on a game, let alone a MOBA. Let's take a step back for a second. What is a whale? What is pay to win? And how common are they? These terms were derived based on microtransactions. In short, if a game offers an in-game purchase for advantage for solo or competitive play, it is pay to win. If said player spends more money than the general player base, they are a whale. There are parallels in the gaming industry in regards to pay to win and whales. I wanted to take a moment to see the perspective of one of the whales in the MMO game Black Desert Online.
You decide on what you want to do. You could be a whale with money, or you can be a whale with time, right? Time is money too. You have to keep that in mind. It's like,
it definitely is true. What he's saying is true. I mean, obviously there are people, there's like all kinds of different privileges and things like that that people have access to. Like if you've got a job and you have to work, you know, let's say 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week, you're going to be at a disadvantage against somebody who lives with their mom and plays video games all day. Like, absolutely. I think the reason, though, is like for a lot of games, people want to, they want to have that. They want to have that opportunity to come out ahead if they spend more time rather than spending more money. Because like everybody's time is like to some degree equal, right? You spend an hour, they spend an hour, both of you just spend an hour. But like if one guy spends an hour at their job and they make $100 and you spend an hour at your job, then you make $8.25. You know, that's a huge difference.
if you decide to whale away 20 hours of your day, every day for a year into BDO, so be it. I mean, that's a whale of time, I guess. It's either a whale of money or whale of time. It's your choice. It's a grinding game.
That's why I quit.
You probably will get the same gear.
That's why I quit right there.
Also, a perspective from Joshstrifehayes on the relationship between free-to-play and pay-to-win players.
Why does the game need you? Why does the game need free players, what is the relationship? Well, it's actually quite strange. Whales and free-to-play players have a symbiotic relationship. They both need each other to survive. The whales need the free players to whale over. The free players are the measuring mark, the yardstick that the whales can then beat, can then rise above. The free-to-play players are the masses that the whales come along and crush. The free players are the unprepared army that the overpowered whale crushes under their gold-plated boot. This is why many games give you, as a free player, just enough power and just enough premium currency to make you think you're making progress. But if you ever do meet a whale, especially in a PvP game, you will be absolutely outmatched and outclassed every single time.
Following up with his perspective on what a PvP game should entail.
In any player versus player situation, balancing is key. Making sure there is fair chance for victory on any side of a conflict is part of the crux of drama. Drama is conflict, and PvP players want drama. Drama is what drives almost anything forward, the desire to play more. And if the conflict is unfairly skewed, with one side or another having an advantage, the drama is lessened once the victory is almost written before the match even starts. Fairness in conflict should mean that victory is not decided by an imbalance of power, but instead the correct use of skillful tactics with a balance of power between all combatants. Basically, you should start with roughly what your opponent has as well, and victory should be decided based on who uses the resources they have the best. Using pure power to decide the victor, or to make the victor incredibly obvious before competition even starts, is antithetical to the spirit of competition.
Companies such as EA, Activision Blizzard, Konami let their loyal fan bases down by implementing a paywall. Pay to win is bad enough, but fans seem outraged about the new paywall. The most egregious implementation of a paywall is to offer a feature that was once free at a premium. We've covered multiple examples of what a paywall and pay to win means. These all fall under the category of microtransactions. To sum it up, no one likes paywalls or microtransactions. Implementation of such tactics has led to public scrutiny and boycott. Loyal fans feel betrayed when their beloved game is riddled with microtransactions and locked behind a paywall. When a highly anticipated game like Pokémon Unite falls under this category, it becomes clear to the fan base that it is intended for a quick cash grab while preying on nostalgia and popularity. We could and should hope this is not the case. Now let's be critical. Does a perfect game even exist? Isn't the concept of good and bad objective? The short answer is no. A perfect game does not exist. But let's be clear here. I'm talking about Pokémon Unite, the first Pokémon MOBA. This game is a union of Pokémon and MOBA fans. Pokémon Unite offers an opportunity to appease casual and competitive players from both Pokémon and the MOBA scene. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Let's break down what an objective idea of a good game is. Agree or disagree, but a good game offers replayability and having a competitive element while offering casual fun. A good game should not feel like you are wasting your time, nor should it feel as if it's a chore. Too much RNG or factors out of the player control leaves the feeling of helplessness. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Bad games are easy to identify. If a game is glitchy, too easy or hard to complete, offers no endgame content while expecting you to pay a premium to succeed or proceed are characteristics of a bad game. This is the modern rendition of the rigged arcade game. Implementing a paywall or microtransaction to play competitively or casually dissuades and disappoints the player just for a short time profit. Is this all Pokemon Unite is? A quick cash grab? Let's hope this is not the case, but it's hard to think otherwise in its current state. But let's not forget, this game is so close to being balanced, fun, and competitive. So where does Pokemon Unite stand? There's clearly a fan base, so why all the criticism?
You know, it seems that a lot of people were very excited about Pokemon Unite at the start, but maybe some people have lost interest over time just due to, you know, maybe some repetitiveness or just lack of like a balanced meta or stuff. I don't know what pushes people away. If you're one of those people, let me know in the comments.
How could Pokemon Unite appease the fans, the critics, and the casuals? Let's take a step back and remind ourselves why we're here and why we still play the game. Could the reason of criticism be based on the fact that Pokemon Unite is a MOBA? A brief history of MOBAs. Blizzard released StarCraft in 1998, a real-time strategy game. The game offered a unique feature known as Star Edit, a feature that allowed everyone in the community to customize their own levels and gameplay. similar to Mario Maker. In 2002, a player by the name of Aeon64 decided to change everything by creating a map through StarEdit the same year. Their unique approach to that customization and a whole new style of gameplay started a revolution. Through Aeon64's creativity, StarCraft fans were offered a post-game option that was new and exciting. The fact that any StarCraft fan who purchased and owned the game had access to this new game, the first MOBA, further sustained the longevity of StarCraft replayability. This is an example of a great game offering free-to-play options. This was the birth of MOBAs, multiplayer online battle arena. The creative concept spawned games like League of Legends and Dota. The strategy-based, teamwork-oriented gameplay makes MOBAs the perfect esport. The free-to-play element spawned a huge following. Both League of Legends and Dota are free-to-play with primary cosmetic upgrades via microtransactions. Whether it's intentional or not, both games pay homage to Aeon64 by recreating and reimagining his creative work by releasing both MOBAs for free. Now we have Pokémon Unite. The crossover was met with anticipation and excitement. The teamwork element of competitive play has been expanded through Pokémon Unite. So what went wrong? Pokémon Unite followed suit. It's a free-to-play game, it plays like a MOBA, but missed the mark with microtransactions. There is no denying Pokémon Unite in its current state is imbalanced and, dare I say, predatory. Let's take a step back. Maybe it's not that deep. It's a new game, it's a free game, and it's clearly not a perfect game. Let's take a closer look. The positive aspects. Pokémon Unite is a free, soon-to-be cross-platform game. At first glance, Pokémon Unite stayed true to MOBAs and Aeon64 by offering a free-to-play game. This is something to appreciate if you're a fan of MOBAs in general. There are in-game purchases, but players have the option to grind for resources. Pokémon Unite might be your first experience playing a MOBA. MOBAs have been around since the early 2000s. Competitive tournaments started during the 2010s. All of this might have flown under the radar for die-hard Pokemon fans, but it would be hard to pass up a free Pokemon game. There is a low barrier to entry. The online queue system is quick and there are plenty of Pokemon to pick from in the casual mode. Having the option of a casual battle opens the opportunity for players to learn and practice without pressure. There is an optional ranked mode as well, but low barrier to entry and casual mode allow players to get comfortable before competing in ranked. Pokémon Unite is a MOBA with a low barrier to entry. This sounds great on the surface, but let's dig a little deeper. The questionable aspects. While the low barrier to entry sounds appealing, it creates a Wild West scenario. For both new and veteran Pokemon or MOBA fans, the casual mode is frustrating. The lack of in-game communication with minimum margin for error results in quickly hitting the surrender button. A low yet frustrating barrier to entry is discouraging. One can only learn so much from the in-game practice mode. As inviting as Pokémon Unite is, the gameplay is unlike any Pokémon game in the past. MOBA players have adapted quickly due to their knowledge and experience. It's easy to assume this levels the playing field, but a victory requires team effort. MOBAs require real-time communications to strategize and coordinate. Granted, League of Legends and Dota have received criticism from a faulty voice chat system. Pokemon Unite only offers text communication from a general list of commands. There are 5 separate in-game currencies at the moment. Obtaining new Pokemon, purchasing hell items, and buying a new sweater all require a different type of currency. This feature is convoluted and unnecessary. Held items are arguably the most important aspect of the game, yet the most difficult to obtain and power up. Having 5 different currencies is a smokescreen. Certain currencies are converted to certain power-ups. Some currencies are not necessary to advance in ranked mode, while some currencies are necessary for cosmetic upgrades. Moist Critical and other content creators quickly saw through the smokescreen. Pokemon Unite has a pay-to-win feature. This is the problem. The elephant in the room. The current state of Pokemon Unite punishes free-to-play players. Other imbalances need to be addressed. Zapdos bonus is busted. There are bot matches, and bots are virtually useless in a ranked match. There should be a better system for how bots interact in a ranked match or in general in the game, and also when people go AFK or disconnect. In-game purchases are controversial, but clearly here to stay. From a business standpoint, the game is free, so in-game purchases and ads will generate profit. There's nothing inherently wrong with that standpoint. It's more of how it's implemented. To reiterate, there is a moral gray area with in-game purchases, especially related to team-oriented games such as MOBAs. Certain fixes and updates can be implemented to help balance the game, which we have been seeing frequently, which generally makes me excited. Both Dota and League of Legends in the past have both experienced controversies based on in-game purchases, which either divided or united fans based on the new patches and features. The consensus over what makes a fun, fair, and balanced game is a game that rewards strategy and skill over paying a premium to have an advantage. These MOBA communities defended their favorite game for these very reasons. Longevity of pay-to-win games. Konami. Aside from internal conflict with the company, They let their fans down with a paywall, paying for save slots. NBA 2K, a dead game with die-hard fans giving up and casuals getting bored. Mobile games are a prime example, a dime a dozen. Predatory behavior through FOMO. Developing companies favor making a quick buck than a good game. Are these the intentions behind Pokémon Unite? Is there hope for Pokémon Unite? Let's remember, the game is still new. Criticisms are necessary, but it's still too early to dismiss a game that might potentially change for the better. A light at the end of the tunnel. Let's be clear, Pokémon Unite is still in its infancy. The developers are listening. There is hope, and it's possible to even see new patches in the future like we've already been seeing. The developers care and fans care. Let's take a look at this article for a second. I'll leave a link in the description. Let me know what you think. To highlight this article, game mechanics in-game currencies need some fine-tuning. A rule selection phase would be a game changer. There are way too many in-game currencies. Why is it not limited to two? A currency you grind for and a currency you pay a premium for. This will streamline and balance the primary issue of upgrading items. Held items should only be required to use coins that you earn through grinding, while the premium resource or the grinding resource could be used to buy cosmetics or new Pokemon. Quick thought experiment. On pay-to-win microtransactions from the developer's perspective, it doesn't matter. People will play the game regardless. Let me reiterate, yes, it does matter. The game currently favors pay-to-win players. Why does it matter? The argument could be made that free-to-play players can eventually catch up. Theoretically, yes, but how long until they give up? How long till the pay-to-win whales get bored? There is no justification for the current state of the game. Fans can only hope this is not the mindset of Tencent and the Pokemon Company. But remember, the developers are listening. This thought experiment is necessary to highlight the pitfall of creating a MOBA with a pay-to-win aspect. For a franchise as big as Pokemon, there are three categories for the fandom: loyal fans, harsh critics, and casuals. It's unclear who the game is catered to at the moment, but it is clear that it is on the pathway to creating disinterest for all three categories. I am a Pokemon fan and a MOBA fan. I would love to see Pokémon Unite become a great game. It can and should be. Conclusion. So what's next for Pokémon Unite? The current state of the game leaves much to be desired. Is too much thought being put into from a player's perspective? Maybe Unite is just a cash grab based on nostalgia. Maybe Unite was intended to be a casual game. The current player base is clearly pushing back for a reason. Pokémon Unite is a MOBA. That statement alone speaks volumes. Constructive or not, the current state of the game is receiving backlash from both Pokemon and MOBA fans alike.
I personally think it's not in a great state for like competition right now, so I don't imagine this tournament will be like too exciting just because, you know, Zapdos is a thing and it doesn't really, I don't know, it's not really structured as a very competitive game in terms of just like where the balance of the Pokemon are right now.
Let's bring everything full circle here. Pokemon is a universally and generationally loved franchise. MOBAs are a fan favorite esport with deep-rooted history. In its current state, the backlash of Pokemon Unite comes from a dissatisfied Pokemon and MOBA fan base. A Pokemon game nor a MOBA game should ever be pay to win. It's also important to realize that if nobody cares, then nobody will talk about it. But people are, fans and critics are talking about Pokemon Unite. Can it be because they care? Maybe I'm not alone in thinking that Pokemon Unite is so close yet so far away from becoming balanced, an esport, or just being fun for everyone. Will the games become balanced? Let's take an optimistic view and hope it will. But the real question is, will it? But let's also stay objective. What will make the game balanced? What can make Pokemon Unite a great game? Is Pokemon Unite a challenging game or a punishing game? These are just my 2 cents. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below and what you think about this topic. How do you feel about Pokemon Unite? And I just wanted to thank everyone for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking, comment, and subscribing. It really helps out my video here in the algorithm. And with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.